Fairy Tail 308, Fairy Tail versus the Executioners. Okay, I love it because there's all the big setup. We see the Hungry Wolves, the Order of the Hungry Wolves. All their abilities are designed to kill people. They've killed a lot of people. At the end of 307, they said it was the beginning of mission 1500, so they've been around a long time. Their whole job is, part of their job is to go in there and kill people who are thrown down into this dungeon. And they're executioners. I mean, right? They're these big, vicious killers. And of course, what happens right off the bat? Fairy Tail's a comedy, so you gotta cut through that a little bit. So what does Hero do? Hero has Natsu go crazy about mocking their team, and he's like, "Are they supposed to be a Night Order?" And then he points out specifically at the one, especially you. And it's like, oh, I love it. I love it. Like I say, it's a comedy, and right there he just cuts through all of it. So it's fantastic. Now there's some pretty cool abilities in here. There's some really cool stuff. I like it. So right in the beginning we have their leader that looks like Dr. Doom. So that's pretty cool in and of itself. We have Kamika and Cosmos, which seem to be a team that work together, right? Now, we've seen, of course, different types of paper magic, right, in different mangas and everything. And I really like the way this one works out, right? Because Kamika comes out with the Paper Storm Red Dance, and then, of course, Natsu, right in the beginning, like, well, I'll just burn this paper, I'll just burn it up, but it's red paper. So I guess that's an indicator right there. And he can't, and then is informed that it's red paper is the god of flame. So once again, it looks like we've got the old dragon magic getting trumped by god magic. There's always something more powerful. So this is pretty interesting. I like this. And then Wendy uses her abilities, and then the other one, Cosmo, which seems to use all these different killer plants, tries to, well, actually goes to consume her. And I like it. Says it's a flower of corpses that blossoms in blood. Boom. And who saves her? Bam, Mira Jane. And we've all been waiting, I would say I know a lot of us, because I've heard a lot of the comments, that people want to see Mira Jane, and I say this from watching different reviewers and all that. People really been wanting to see what she can do after the 7 years. See what all her new abilities are. So here we go. We got bam. She just smashes that up there pretty good. This is a good team. Fairy Tail's got a pretty good team here, except we have the two that can't use. They don't have their keys, right? So they can't summon supposedly, but anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and get into that issue right now. Is the whole thing about the celestial being able to summon their celestial companions, and then the keys. They keep having these big keys that are easy to steal and get knocked down. They need to do something like have a celestial bag that they can just throw it in that people can't access or something. I'm kind of tired of that, to be honest. That's a complaint from me. But anyhow, let's get back into this. And then, okay, the next thing is this Tiger Lily, which is awesome. Now, I'm actually really interested to see how this is going to work, because he can only power up so much. So I have a feeling that Hero is going to kind of, like a lot of creatures or a lot of characters in other mangas, that he's going to end up kind of, all of a sudden his ability to power up will keep kind of extending as it goes through, because you'll see that too short a time is going to make it simply too demanding for him to do whatever he needs to do. But we'll see. But I really like the idea that him being able to power up in here. I like the whole thing when he came from the other planet, that he wasn't able to stay in his form all the time, because he would have been too overpowered. So I like the whole idea that he's balanced. Well, anyway, getting back, Kamika, of course, has got now another Paper Storm, the purple dance, right, which immobilizes. And Wendy, kind of in a Warcraft-ish Hands of Freedom for everybody thing or something, is able to prevent everybody from being immobilized, so that they can then move and react. Now, you can see once again it's a combo because Cosmo is trying to use a flower to suck everybody in. So just these two working together is pretty powerful. So, and Wendy of course, saves him from that. And now, I really like what happens. Okay, then there's the blast to destroy the plant. Now, is this just heroes saying, okay, I'm just going to separate these guys so we can have a fun time and have, you know, 5 separate battles? That would be fine to me because that's actually pretty good. We're gonna get to see them isolated instead of simply fighting each other as 2 teams. So I actually agree with it. So explaining it away isn't really, you know, they just say, well, the blast did it or whatever. That, or we'll find out that one of the characters, this is simply what their strategy is if they hook up to a powerful team, is to break them down into individual groups, right, and then kill them individually. So we could find out that that's what this team, even though they showed teamwork in the other time, that what their real skill may be is to individually destroy people. And then Natsu, of course, you know, the whole thing with the arrogance he had in the beginning, he ends up with the team leader, the guy with the Dr. Doomish kind of mask at the end. So that seems to work out pretty well. Now, of course, in the last part of it, we get to see, and we're going to get to see all these matchups, right? We get Wendy with Cosmo, you know, the one that does the plants and everything. That's going to be pretty interesting. And Kamika is going to be against Mira Jane and Lisa Ann, it looks like. The 2 celestial mages, Lucy, and then of course we have Carla and Happy. Not too thrilled about Happy not being with Natsu. That seems to be happening a lot more. But anyway, so they're together and they're going to be fighting the one that Natsu was mocking, Executioner Eosuke. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting. And they're also with the White Knight, who's really damaged and banged up. So we're going to see how that battle goes. So another really good chapter. We get some action in there, a lot of setup. I'm really enjoying it. I look forward to Fairy Tail, not because it's a drama, but because it's a comedy. And it's just, I know that it's going to be funny and it's going to be entertaining, and it is. A thumbs up would be awesome. If you know anybody, we're just starting up. There wasn't a lot of viewer comments last time. And until we get more Fairy Tail fans, which I'm trying to do my best to get more. But if anybody knows anyone that might like this channel, I don't ask this really very often. But if they're a Fairy Tail fan and you think they might like it, then ask them. Otherwise, you can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything that you want to. Until next time, take care.